Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Bevarse Batch. Today we're going to be talking about Rao Bahadur. We're going to go into spoilers and all the details. So if you have not seen it, I think we would all recommend that you do see it as a film in general, and then come back to our podcast and think or see what we think about it also. We have, I think, from when we talked earlier, I think we have like general. We would say that we recommend this film, but there's some like qualms also with it, like that we don't agree with. But anyways, we'll jump into it. I'll start off with like just a little like what I thought about it. I thought it was a really, really good film from Tollywood, especially in this year and in general. I would say like it's a very thought-provoking film that usually Telugu cinema does not delve into. Other industries do like Malayalam and stuff. Like it's more along those lines. There's a lot of different nuances that tie back to the beginning of the film that they set up in the first part of the film. You don't really see that happen a lot in Telugu. So there's a lot to appreciate in the film that I think technically, but when it comes to like entertainment value or just like engagement when you're watching a film, I think it kind of lacks in that department. But overall, like I did enjoy it, and I'm glad that we got this film in Telugu, and I hope that we do keep getting films like this in the future. I don't know if this was a success or not, honestly. It might have flopped, but yeah, I hope it does continue though. Those are my general thoughts. I'll hand it off to one of you guys.
We have we have two guests too. We have a first timer, your sister.
Yeah. Anis is
Yeah,
pretty much like a
yeah,
usual now,
yeah. I
but
asked.
Anise was also a guest, or is she not officially a part of?
No, I'm a guest. I come
yeah,
and go, but
but
I've just been coming for the
you
past
just you
like
just keep
You,
six
coming back.
times.
Nice.
I, I
Um,
had.
but yeah, my sister has is joining us for the first time.
Yeah, I'm super proud to be on. Finally made it.
We had Dulcie and Nitya join back to back. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Two brand new appearances in year like 4 or 3. Uh, I told Abhinav, I was like, do you know what? I was like, did you watch Rob? Because like I saw him yesterday night. He's like, I was like, did you watch Rob Bahadur? He's like, what the fuck is that? And I showed him like a poster, and he was like, what is this? The Raja Saab sequel? I was like, no, no, it's independent. Um, I didn't. Okay, yeah, I guess I can go. When I walked out of the theater, I really wanted to like the movie because it pushes the envelope. It does a lot of different things you don't see. It's very like it has a lot of cool ideas. But I like the more I slept on it, the more I thought about it. I'm like, I didn't actually like it. Like I didn't like it. I do think it's worth watching. I wouldn't suggest watching it in a theater because it is very slow. Um, and in an industry like Tollywood, it's good that we have a movie like this. But I don't think I think when I texted you guys, I said I kind of liked it, but I don't think I really liked it looking back. But it's fine. I don't think this movie is everyone's cup of tea, and definitely is not. Maybe if this was Malayalam industry, it'd be a hit, but I don't think this would be a hit in any other industry really. So we can talk more about it later. But I thought it was okay. I definitely wouldn't watch it again, and I would say wait till OTT because it is a pretty painful watch at times in a theater. 3 hours is a lot for this.
Honestly, I think I would say the opposite for this movie. Like I would say watch it in a theater because if you were to watch it at home, honestly, like I probably would have skipped through a bunch of it if I was
Yeah, you
watching it
get
at home.
bored as hell. Like,
Yeah. Like I would, or I would take multiple breaks. Like, okay, I'll just finish it up later, you know? I would rather be like stuck in a theater and just get through it all and enjoy the experience for what it was and then move on. But I think on OTT, it's going to be like even more like lag max.
Yeah, but I guess I wouldn't enjoy it, right? In a theater setting, like you're like get through it and enjoy the experience. So for me, it's like I think I view movie going experience as more relaxing. So it's like taking 3 hours out of my day to watch something where I'm not fully engaged. Like I agree, the visuals and stuff, but I think OTT gives you a chance to at least like hear some of the dialogues and then like rewind and make your conclusions with a movie like this. Um, This is my 2 cents. That's how I view it. I also think art house movies are tough in the theater. Like I don't always, it's money and time, and like sometimes you don't want to be disengaged while watching something, right? But fair enough. I can see either way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with Akhil. Like when I was going into the theater, I really was rooting for this movie because just off the trailer, seeing Venkatesh Maha's like previous works, like I thought it was like really interesting. But like I really wanted this movie to work. But as I watched the movie again and like as it was going on, I was just kind of like, this movie's trying to do a lot of things, but I feel like it excels in some parts and it doesn't in other parts and it's boring all the time. So for me, I thought it was like okay watch, but just like Gami, like I think films like these should be promoted rather than like Skanda or like Akanda, like that type of, rod movies that are like becoming hits and stuff. I feel like movies like this should be more pushed for in the industry, but I knew it was gonna be cooked because my whole row like was just like on their phone and talking and like I could hear it. He's like, "Bro, what is this movie?" Bro. And I was like, "Yeah, this is the wrong audience." Like I could tell that it was gonna be a flop from the first 5 minutes itself.
Yeah, I'll probably say the same. Like, I liked it, but I didn't love it. I wanted to like it though, because it's completely different in Indian film. So I liked the attempt. I appreciated that a lot. Like, hopefully, movies like this do get encouraged as well, and like more movies come. So yeah, we'll see. I just hated that it was so long though, too. Like, it was 3 hours. Um, the first half was just super dragged out. Like I didn't like it as much, but the second half, I was definitely like entertained.
Yeah, I have a very different impression of this movie compared to everyone else. I absolutely loved it. My one sentence note for this movie is Malayalam సినిమాలు తీస్తే మనం నోరు చూస్తాం కానీ మన వాళ్ళు తీస్తే తొక్కి పడేస్తాం, and that's exactly how I felt. In my theater, it was just me and like one other person, so I didn't have this like impression of like what the audience was seeing. I just really liked it. And then Satya Dev's one flaw is that he's not a Nepo kid. That's it. Or people would have Uringimpu Chesi, they would have loved this movie because his acting is amazing. Like all of the elements are there. And yeah.
Yeah, I
And I
feel like people are giving Akhil more praise for Lennon than Satya Dev got for Rao Bahadur, which
exactly,
is
and I hate seeing
crazy.
that. I was really excited for this movie, but I specifically didn't watch any trailers or teasers. I had maybe seen one a year ago where Satya Dev does like his costume change, and I thought that was cool, but I tried to avoid teasers completely because of Peddi and how badly they did the teasers for that and Dacoit too. This year has just been a rough year, and I think for me, like Rao Bahadur is the equivalent of like a Rangastalam and a Sitaramam for those years. Yeah, I love this film.
Dang, has it increased since when we last spoke about it?
Yeah, like the first time I watched it, obviously I was confused, right? Throughout the whole movie. It's like, oh, jarugutundi, sagutundi, and you're like, oh, like what is this even about? And things just get thrown at us, but at the end, everything comes together, right? So I watched it a second time actually a couple days later, and seeing all of the conversations and dialogues that they were having, it all made sense now, right? And I just really liked the second time I watched it. First time I liked it too because I'm like learning things, but it's like reviewing material for the second time for like a really hard class, and I just enjoyed it a lot more. I love the songs. Sorry, we'll talk about that in the pros.
Yeah, I mean we can go into the pros. I think we
No,
already
don't you guys want
started
to do
on
the
it.
flaws
So,
first, or do you guys have less pros and more
Well,
flaws?
I guess a
well,
question
you,
I have is it a spoiler or are we
yeah,
good?
yeah,
Okay.
spoilers. I
Dude,
mean,
this
I feel like
movie
it's
Unfortunately, I
flopped
don't
in
think we
hard
theaters. It's
to
can.
already
even,
out of theaters.
I think what
yeah,
we, I think what we discussed was non-spoiler till now, anyways, right? So
yeah.
should probably
And
also,
it's hard to talk about this movie for long without going into spoilers. Like, what can
yeah.
you really say? That so, yeah.
Pros or
Um,
cons? What do we decide on?
Up to you guys. What do the
I'll say
guests
we
want to
get the
talk about
pros
first?
out because I feel like a lot of us have a lot of opinions on the cons.
Yeah,
Okay.
what do you want, Nitya and Is?
Yeah, you guys go first. What did you think were the pros?
I like how there's like a lot of ironic scenes in the film. Like, they like tie back to a lot of things. So, like for example, like Ramappa, he's afraid of water, and his son like kills himself in the like lake or whatever. And then there's like some other scenes too, like where only the king could actually like put his hand on his chest or something like that. And then he couldn't do that though at the end because he wasn't like a legitimate heir. So like there's a lot of things that you could study sort of. So it's like a good film, I feel like for people that are interested in filmmaking, like they could actually like learn a lot about the film and tie in some of those scenes. And like, yeah, like that was really interesting, I thought.
Yeah, I like the metaphor aspect of it too. Um, as I said, I liked all aspects of this movie. Like even though there's lag, and I don't know what other cons you guys have about the movie, but like everything just makes sense, right? Like I loved the set designs, the editing, the art direction, the acting for every single person, including Satya Dev and all the side characters. They have roles and they have characters that like personality traits that is like specific for each person. Like in this year, there's just so many characters, for example, in Peddi, so many useless characters in Dacoit, so many like Manav Shankar Prasad has like Ratta comedy, like none of that. Like excluding all of that, this movie is just so different from everything we've seen this year. And they put so much effort into it, and I just really appreciate that. And that is my biggest pro for this movie.
Yeah, I think my biggest pro is going to be like writing for sure. And then all these things you guys are bringing up it's all part of the writing. Like there's no way that you just show up on set and you automatically think of this stuff and shoot it the day of. Like a lot of thought has gone into it. I think the director said he was writing it for like 5 years or something like that. So it makes sense. Like if you put that much amount of time into it, you're definitely going to get a product like this that does have really interesting characters and ties back to everything that you set up in the beginning. So, very, very extremely well written film. My only con is like, I mean, I'll go into it more in depth, but like, I think my only con is that it's like 20 to 30 minutes too long. I think they should have edited down a lot more to keep it like moving. The pacing was off, and that's why people felt it was lag or whatever, because a film like this can be very entertaining. Like, and if you take what they've shot in and just literally reduce it by 20 minutes, it could have been a very entertaining film. But I think keeping it that long is what was the biggest like mistake that they made. But everything else I have like no issue with. I thought like the characters were written so well, and people like Satya Dev and like the doctor friend, like they had such great characters to perform in, such great dialogues, great emotions to show. It was just all done really well. Even the maid, I think Achama was her name, like she was really good too. And a lot of these characters or a lot of these people they're nowhere to like they're new. Like we've never seen them before. At least like I haven't seen them in other like films before. And they did so well. And you don't have any prior like whatever like view of their person or like what the characters they play. So they fit really well into like this world and the characters that they were playing here. Um, yeah, I mean that's my pros. Pretty much everything in the film was a pro except for that one like edit down of like 20 to 30 minutes aspect.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
If you were to give Venkatesh advice on what to edit out, what would it be?
I think like we discussed this a little bit like before too. Like I think like some of the conversations go on a little too long with certain characters. Like for example, like all the doctor and Ramappa conversations that they have like go on like a couple minutes too long. Like I would say even like 2 to 4 minutes too long. So if you edit those out, you're saving 10 plus minutes right there. Right. So and then like I would just delete like whole conversations. Like that one conversation that they have about like uh in the 60s how people care about all the religion, caste, all that stuff, and how like oh in 2020 like they'll also care about all that. Like I feel like one that scene was too on the nose, and two like it honestly didn't need to really be there. It was just more of like the director trying to make a statement of like, yeah, things suck in today's world too, as they did back then. Like, and they still will suck in the future. And
Mhm.
it's like, okay, yeah, that's your viewpoint, but like it doesn't really serve the movie. Like you could cut that out.
You
So I
don't
think
think
like
that was
in
what the movie was revolving around? Like that they had to like reiterate it several times, right?
but that's why I think it's unnecessary to keep reiterating it multiple
Okay.
times. Like you already kind of set up the like set up that world that you're addressing like colorism and you're addressing like all of those issues, right? You don't have to keep like beating it over the head. And
Mhm.
that scene just felt like, yeah, like on the nose, like you're like shoving it down audiences' throats kind of thing. Um, Seen so well where you weren't doing that. So that's why like I think like if a good editor would have like noticed that and like said like cut this. But
Venkatesh Maha
I
was the
think
editor.
yeah, he was the editor. So obviously he was gonna keep it because it's his movie. He's not gonna edit everything out. So yeah.
I
One thing.
specifically didn't hate the lags. Oh, sorry, Ankith.
Oh, well, I was just gonna talk about like that point was that one thing was I also agree with you. Like when I saw that scene, I was like, all right, bro, they're literally hitting us in the face with it. But if this were a Malayalam movie, that wouldn't scene would have been. And since it's a Telugu movie, and like I don't want to say like it's like our audiences, again, like the people that I was talking about, like they didn't understand like in my own road that they were watching. So if they didn't have that scene, it's kind of like that nuance wouldn't have been able to get got caught. Like because it's a Telugu movie, they kind of had to like shove it into the audience's face of like, hey, this is the point that we're trying to make, guys, or else. We would have had other conversations about it being like, I didn't really understand the movie, and still people don't understand it. So I feel like it was kind of a
But
pro and negative.
but see, I don't agree with that because
I don't agree
the
at all.
yeah,
Like, yeah, like,
the whole
sorry,
movie like in general is already like a if you want to call it like above intelligent, whatever, Telugu, like usually not something you would see in Telugu films, right? So if you're gonna choose that path already, just stick to that path. Like make it an intelligent film, keeping in mind that your audience is gonna be intelligent also. Like don't think like oh, actually like let's go back on our like, like path and like Telugu audience can't like, like handle this. So like we have to have a scene that beats them over the head with it. Like just stick to the path that you chose and like, go down that way. That's what I think. But yeah.
I feel like the conversations between Achari and Satyadev, for me, even though they were kind of slow for a lot of the time, it just seemed like a conversation that I would have with my own friend, right? Not everything is like a fast-paced conversation. Sometimes I say like outlandish things, and my friend is just like, okay, like, what the heck? And it felt like a normal friendship in their conversations. And like, even that 2020 conversation, it felt that way to me too.
I think you could have still achieved that. Like
Mm,
you already did achieve it, but it just like overstayed its welcome.
yeah.
Like each scene. Like you already established they have a good like, like friend chemistry that goes on between them, or they've known each other for years. You established that. And you can establish it like in the first couple of minutes of them talking and then move on to the next scene. So that's why I think they could have cut down on those convos.
Mhm. I think in that same 2020 conversation, there was also the palm reading conversation, right? If I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken, it's that one. So I guess it
Yeah.
was just like they had to fill something before the whole palm thing. Because that was
Yeah.
important, right? Like, oh, I would live 2 to 3 lives in that. And Antaru, that's a important part. I guess they needed just something to fill
Yeah.
in right before that about his character and just like drill it in our heads again.
what pros did I have? I think I think we, I think you guys covered it. I mean, yeah, like the sets were cool. They had a good background score, and then I thought everyone did act pretty well. Satya Dev was really good. I feel like I haven't really watched many of his main movies. I didn't watch Bluffmaster. I don't think I watched anything that he started
Have you
outside
seen
of like
Timurisu?
Uma Mahesh. Oh yeah, yeah. That and then the other movie he did with Venkatesh Maha.
Uma
Those are the
Maheshwara
two I've
That was
Purisa?
a remake, I think,
yeah,
from
yeah. So I watched those two and he was good in those, but I didn't know he had this range. And of course I saw him in the beloved Rodfather with Chiranjeevi, where he was clearly the best actor in the movie. Uh, I don't think I have many more pros. I think you guys covered it pretty well. I have a lot more cons, but I'll get to that. And then who else has pros left? Ankith and Nitya had pros, or you already won.
Yeah, this is like a complete side note, but so I thought like Satya Dev was really good at his ballroom dancing. That was so random. But I was like, wow, he put in so much effort. It was like in the first half and like he was dancing around and I was like that was like really cool for me for some reason. But
Was that
yeah,
the
The
Mogambo scene or whatever?
I think yeah, basically like at the start of the film, like his backstory.
mhm.
The
Thing.
song you're talking about, Desi Sanchari?
I don't know
Desi
what the
Sanchari?
song name is,
Like
but
in
yeah,
the cage, that song.
yeah, yeah, that one.
Oh,
Yeah,
Desi Sanchari.
yeah.
Like the only entertaining part for me of the film because I was like, whoa, this is kind of
All
cool.
right, I'm
But
back.
yeah.
I
Ankith, did you
like,
have anything
oh yeah,
else?
Ankith, go.
Yeah,
Sorry.
so
I keep interrupting.
I mean, I don't know,
Yeah.
Nitya, was that like your only pro, or I feel like you were
Oh
going
yeah,
like,
No,
that
she
and then
said also like all the
some of the metaphors
ironic and
mm,
metaphors and
and
stuff.
stuff.
okay, yeah,
Yeah. And then yeah, like also going back, like I thought like there's only a few supporting characters, but they were all very well established and you don't see that much in Telugu cinema like recently. So like I actually cared about every single character and what they thought and how they felt. So that was very interesting.
yeah, I definitely agree with the writing part. I think like it's so good in terms of the writing, and a lot of stuff like you said. In the beginning of the movie it said, and then like it comes back at the very end. Like I like how his son, like Kusuma, like he's actually the real legitimate child, but then like the illegitimate child he was putting his hopes on. And I think stuff like character traits like that doctor who only tells lies, but it's like white lies. And the whole movie gets like white lie of, oh, you're actually like the son, but you're fake. Like I thought writing like that was just so smart, but it was just like the fact that it took 3 hours to get to that payoff was kind of like, okay, you know what? This is such a cool payoff, but I'm like, bro, like it could have been delivered much faster. But I think that plus, I mean, Satyaj's performance as like the younger one, like obviously, yeah, he did a good job, but it just felt like it was Satyaj. But as the older, like Rao Bahadur, like I felt
Are
like
you saying
that
Satya Dev?
character.
Satya
What
Dev.
Satya Dev?
is that?
You
You're
said
talking
Satya
about
Raj.
you're talking about Katapa.
Oh, no, no, no. I meant Satya Dev, Satya Dev. But like his younger self, like was I just saw him through it, but then his older version with Rao Bahadur, like I thought he acted his heart out. Like he was really like I think he can do definitely more villain roles too, because you could see like how like cruel he was acting with like his son, his wife. But yeah, I thought he gave it all his all. And I'd like to give a shout out to the son, to the second
Kusuma?
son, huh?
Kusuma?
No, 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 him too, but like the older son.
Oh,
And
Lavappa?
yeah, yeah, I liked his scenes with the doctor. Like every single time he kept on looking at him dirtily, like I was actually laughing. Like I thought that was hilarious.
I also loved the ancestor portions of it. I thought that was such a creative take on pride and what are the words? Like Vamsam and all of that. I loved the ancestor metaphor for that. It was such a cool take.
Yeah, Venkatesh Maha can also act as well. I was shocked. I was like, oh
The
wow, like
dancing that they were doing, I loved it. I'm obsessed with the conditioning song. Um, actually, I
That's
really like all three of the songs.
that ancestry is a con for me, but I'll get to that later.
I liked how
Ankith,
they
I
Akhil and I are
visualized
dude,
about to
stuff.
fight today.
Like,
he's so Venkatesh Ma is so fucking overindulgent. Like I've seen his interviews. Like I actually saw one recently where he's like, "Oh, my movie's not lag." I'm like, "All right, dude." Like I agree that like a lot of Malayalam we criticize Malayalam movies for lag too. Like the
Mhm.
Drishyam franchise, Thudaram, whatever. They also suffer from plenty of world building scenes that are not necessary. It'll be like someone reading a newspaper and having a convo with their kids. But like I've seen a lot of like flack on the audience saying, "Oh, it's because we have TikTok brains, our attention span is short." That doesn't mean you get a pass for elongating and bloating a movie to 3 hours. It does not mean your audience is at fault here. There's 100% lag in the scenes, like Sai said, and for me, the ancestry scene and the conditioning scene was so like just dumbing it down and like hitting it over the audience's head. Like it actually like they spelled it out for you. And
I
I
think
just
the
thought it
Telugu
was
audience is not that intelligent, bro. We love
yeah.
movies like Manashankar Varaprasad.
I don't think
We
that's
need
fair though,
Anil
right?
Ravi
Like
to be like
we
dumbed
made
down.
Arjun Reddy, Mahanati, Pelli Chupalu, Court, like all these movies hits within the last 5 to 6 years. People
I
even give
feel
us
like
shit for like
yeah.
one, yeah. I don't think the last time I don't remember like an actual experimental great movie flopping. I really don't. Um, Even One Day no Kurine was like it was butchered, it was botched, and people think it's like some and that's a different thread, but they think it's like some unheard of masterpiece in filmmaking. But I think Tollywood has given a lot of hits to like offbeat movies, and I think I just felt like so my they just dumbed it down so much, and I think like the ancestry part and like Satya Dev going kind of like insane and started beating his wife and started like hating his kid. It just I know it's because of the conditioning, but it felt so 180. I was like, dude, what? Like it's such a drastic switch, and it just felt like a lazy way. And I wish they took a more natural approach. Maybe like visions of Venkatesh Maha slowly throughout the movie, his ancestors, rather than a song and then boom. I would rather have had scenes like that than 20 minutes with Achari conversating. Is my take on it.
Yeah, the ancestral stuff or like that switch in particular, uh, I don't necessarily think the way they went about it was wrong. I think they just chose like a almost like a Disney kind of way of showing it, like through a song and like it was so in your face that it's just like it's like they know what they were doing. Like it's like yeah, like we're making it like this so that it can seem like it's kind of like magical and like that Disney way of doing it, right? Like you would see something like that in one of those like fairy tales that they say like Cinderella or like whatever, like one of those like songs, right? I think that's the route they wanted to choose creatively, but I agree. I think they should have stuck to like actually having scenes to show why he had that flip from being a progressive person into, again, like caring about his ancestry and all of that. I would rather have seen like a couple scenes, yeah, in the place of maybe some conversations with Achari that show him like develop that mindset. Because like I think they were already going along the path of like character building and like focus on that, and then suddenly introducing this like Disney way of looking at things, like it doesn't fit. Like it didn't fit the story that they were already telling. Um, because like everything was so logical, right? Like there was everything was tied back and like everything was like looped together like so well. Suddenly, if you in that kind of environment, if you introduce like a magical component, it doesn't make sense. Like you need to stick with the logics, if that makes sense. When you
You
already
don't
established so many logics.
you don't think the magical element is just there to be like more palpable for the audience? Like for example, in Life of Pi, you know how the main guy he like tells this entire story about the animals, right? And then he's like at the end, like, "Nuve kavalanta dinamuko." It could either be animals or it could be like my mom is the orangutan and this other character is the cook. You know, it's kind of like that. Where it's like that's how I saw it. It's like it's not actually magical. It's just like another metaphorical way of like telling us this like brainwashing that he like uh Rainika rejecting him caused this internal like I'm a king, like why would anybody reject me type of thing, but it came out in like this ancestral way. I thought that was very cool.
Yeah.
But I see what you're saying too.
That was
It's
also
just
not like established. Like, yeah, the death of his father and also like the girl he liked rejecting him. They didn't necessarily directly show that those were the reasons of his downfall. Like that happens, and then like out of nowhere, the song comes and like oh yeah, the character like he has a shift in his character. Like I feel like if they just kind of built it up and had like proper scenes to show him have that flip, it would have made more sense rather than like us implying that oh okay he had some trauma with his dad dying and then also like his like the girl he liked rejecting him suddenly caused him to change his mindset. Like I think that's like a little far-fetched.
Okay.
even even him tweaking out after she rejects him was I was like, what the fuck is that? Like why like, his character at that point wasn't brainwashed. And it was just so random. Like this dude who's composed the entire first half has a very like worldview on like politics and relationships and the caste system. This is a mature guy. If a girl rejects you, then like they should have established he was already kind of like not fully there, but the way he starts like breaking down, he's like Nilagavali. Like it's just so it was just so random. I was like, what is going on? And I think the Disney approach works in Disney movies because the rest of the movie is whimsical. But then like they don't show your main character abusing his literal wife and like causing his kid to commit suicide. So it's like the whimsy juxtaposition to his character flipping, I was like, this feels like a cop out. It feels like they wanted to get him from point A to point B, kind of like how Shakespeare brings like Hamlet, right? Like the visions, he's being talked to all of the play. So when the flip happens, you're like, gotcha. Hamlet's been losing his shit. Here, like Ramappa just conditioning song and bam, he's just the worst person ever. And I was just like, I don't buy that. And I think someone for a movie that's 3 hours long really could have had more scenes with like the Hamlet, like the Shakespeare approach, like the visions of the past talking to him through the curtains, through the opening scene, not just a song, right? Like I don't know. That's just my 2 cents on it. I really hated that approach personally, and I think Venkatesh was smart enough to ingrain what I said, do something similar like that, like take a Shakespeare approach, right? I think that's what he was trying to do, anyways. So
Honestly, I'm sure they like talked about it. Like, do we go that route or do we go with this like, song and dance kind of route? And they probably thought cinematically, like we want to make this like a because like they do have some magical components. Like they have the fact that like this guy has cancer and he's literally like what 80 or something years old, literally gonna die, but somehow still is alive because he has that suspicion, right? That's what keeps him alive. And then he dies as soon as the suspicion is cleared. So there is already a built-in like magical component or uh like even like agreeing with there's no logic in that, right? So I think they wanted to like develop that more and introduce more magical components, hence the song. But yeah, I don't agree with that choice either. I think they should have definitely
yeah,
had scenes built out.
and one thing before I give the mic over to Ankit and Nitya to share their cons was, I also really didn't like the stacking of every single twist in the last 15 minutes. Like everyone's whispering shit to him at his like deathbed, and I'm like, dude, why are we just dumping twist after twist after twist in the last 15 minutes? Like really bad spacing in this movie with events. There'll be like 35 minutes where jack shit happens, and then boom, big event. Um, I really did not like how hurried the climax felt when the movie's 3 hours long. He just dies out of nowhere. He just gets three twists revealed on him, and the movie ends. And I'm like, okay, like that's what I get for 180 minutes in this fucking theater. But yeah, Ankit and Nitya, you guys can share your weaknesses too.
Yeah, like I thought the climax and the resolution were kind of the same. Like that's not how a movie is supposed to be spaced out. So like even the twists, they're kind of like stupid. Like they were fine, but it doesn't impact anybody in the movie. Like the real guy that's supposed to be impacted is dead. So I was not fully satisfied with the ending because sometimes when a twist happens, like I want to see how it's impacting the character because then I'm more motivated to keep watching the film, but yeah, he was like dead, so you can't really do anything about that.
I like to like kind of counter that because at least the way I viewed the movie was that if you remember like the beetle from like the corpse at the beginning of the movie and then it bit Rao Bahadur and then he dies when the beetle like leaves him. I thought that was like Kasuma's like ghost or like wanting to be like accepted by somebody so that when you're in court and the whole movie was kind of like talking about lineage, right? And he finally gets proven as Rao Bahadur's son. Like I felt like that was kind of his like Atma Shanti being like relieved. And then that's why he like moved out. And the whole part about the fact that his first son isn't his real son, I feel like that goes against like what he wanted. Rao Bahadur is so like Vamsham Parsham like blood, but like your own first heir isn't like that. Like, and I feel like that really ties into the whole idea of the movie. Plus, also in the end, when you see like his first son, the fake son, walking out, like you see like the curse kind of going to him too. Like so I feel like that really did work. But one thing was like I do definitely agree with I think Akhil who said that it was really cool, but like it just took way too long. Like you took like 3 hours worth of like twists and put them in like 5, 10 minutes. So like you feel the payoff was like, oh, that's cool, but like it just felt like you could have just hurried this up with. It kind of felt cheap to me. But yeah, that's I think the biggest thing is like lag for me because again, there was times where I wanted to check my phone. I was actually like sending a reel to Kata like while I was watching it because I was like dude, this movie is like mad boring. But also another thing I had was like I felt like they were kind of doing way too much. Like I felt like at times the movie was trying to tackle on certain things when in reality it's about like lineage, it's about like a father-son relationship, right? But I feel like they were trying to go for way too much. Like we were talking about that oppression scene and like and then we were talking about other things like was he actually hallucinating or like the spirituality. I felt like it was a lot of things, but they didn't really go in one particular direction until like the interval in the second half. So I thought they had a lot of ideas, but Venkatesh Maha, I feel like he kind of bit off more than he could chew, you know? Like I felt like he kind of tackled on 10 things, but only really hammered on like two or three things. So I guess that was really my thing.
Dude, I fully lost my patience. Like I was so done with the movie when he started like putting on fresh fits to go dig Kusuma's grave. And then there was that fucking song where he's levitating, and then the police officer brings in some random dark ass dude. I just stopped
Michael?
caring. Yeah, and I was like, bro, what the fuck? Like, this is so stupid. And then he has a stupid Gandhi convo before. I was pissed. I was just sitting there, and I was like, holy shit, dude. I really hope this movie ends soon. Like, I thought the final act was so poorly done. Like he had like four slow-mo shots of him getting out of his car, walking into court, getting out and like going down to the garden, coming back up. Like just I was like, dude, I don't care at all. Um I really think that like that song was I was about to lose it, dude. I like almost walked out, but I was like, whatever, I'll sit through this. I was just so
The
frustrated at like it leading nowhere. Yeah.
what song? The graveyard one?
Yeah.
Okay.
The thing is, like, I think like with the twists, like I didn't really see. I mean, yeah, they are twists, but I didn't really think of them as what do you call it? Like things that would impact like my, I guess, like understanding or enjoyment of the film. Like I wasn't like expecting anything like at the end, if that makes sense. Like for me, like I already understood that this is a character drama. Like it's just gonna, this is how it's gonna be. So like I mean, like I understood that, and like that's all I expected from it. But in the twist, like I think the point of the twist was to like just to point out how like stupid like this whole lineage thing is, and people in general, like how like they care about like such dumb things, right? And then they kind of beat you over the head with it at the end with the guy at the graveyard, like pointing out that like, oh, this guy isn't shit. Like just after I burn his body, like come get his gold and stuff. Like it doesn't really mean anything.
Wait, Loki, could
But
that scene have just been completely cut out? That
yeah,
like
or
burning
done
scene?
differently. I think it could have been done differently. I think that was another example of like being kind of like in your face about it. But I think like with the first twist of like Rao Bahadur not being part of the lineage, I think that was great. That worked. I think the other twist they had, um, oh, wait, what was the other one again?
His
The second
son,
His
one
his
they
first
did.
son
first
isn't his
son.
real son.
Oh yeah, his first son not being his real son. Like I think like that one was like okay, but it doesn't really like I don't know why they felt that. I guess like the need they did it was because like his wife had a problem with her coming over, whatever it is. But I think the first one works well, but the second one was like, like it doesn't really matter to the story as much. They could have honestly done without that, in my opinion. But um, yeah, the first one really already points out what they wanted to tell with the whole story, essentially, of
Wait,
like this
sorry.
whole
The
lineage thing is
first
dumb.
twist in the movie is Lavappa being the actual
No,
legitimate child, and the second one when Achari comes in
Yeah, it's you gotta
is
twist.
it's his wife tells
oh,
him first, and then Achari tells him you're not part of the lineage. So I think you must
okay,
confusing
okay. Yeah,
between
yeah.
the both of
But
them.
but the one that like does make sense or works is the one that Rao Bahadur is not part of the lineage. I think
Okay.
that one works to show their point of like how everything is dumb and the lineage thing is dumb. Like people in general care about dumb things. Essentially, that was a lesson they were trying to tell, and that twist works to prove that. But the other one of like I guess like Levina not being his real son, that one is like more of like a oh, like just like a, oh, here we're trying to blow your mind. So here it is. Like, you know,
Mm.
like more than it impacting a lot of what was told to us through the story. It was one of those things that could have been cut off to save the film from like again being dragged on or having like us feel like, oh, why are there so many twists at the end? Like that one could have honestly like been cut, in my opinion.
I
Personally, I disagree. Oh, go
Yeah, me
ahead.
I
too.
don't like yeah, yeah. The
I
Levina
disagree.
twist, Levina, I the Levina twist, I think was needed, but it was just so against Renika as a character. Like you had this very rich, extroverted, like very upright person in the first half flashback who like demands respect from like everyone she speaks to and wants to be her true self. The second she finds out like her ex-lover stopped him, she's like, okay, Achari, we get it. It's part of his character. He lets the truth, he tweaks the truth. He gives lies, he gives optimism. That's okay. Him saying, hey, Renika, like, don't tell me what I don't need to know, that's fine. Her like holding in this info, conceiving a kid with him, completely being devoid of life. Like Renika's character just doesn't exist after the love track. She's like void of herself. And it doesn't seem like she's the type of character to keep shit from Rao Bahadur, even if he was going insane, because she's literally takes care of mentally ill people and she doesn't take the same approach Acharya does. So I did not buy the fact that like she would have just kept this shit from him always and that guilt wouldn't have eaten her up. And we didn't really get many scenes like that. We saw the guilt she got of him being shitty to Kusuma, but like not much scenes with like her and Lavana or like her like dealing with that internal guilt the same way I think the Rainika in the flashback would have. I thought they kind of fucked that character up personally.
To me,
Well,
she was like a helpless character who made one wrong decision and then her life just flipped upside down. And when that happens, like a lot of people just get quiet, right? Or like lose their character. Like they start doing things that are not expected of them. So it made sense to me, Renuka's silence.
also she
I
got
think
think
it's the
don't
beat
same
by
thing.
her
So
husband too.
she
Like,
doesn't seem to be. No, I'm not saying she was quiet before that.
mm,
My point was she doesn't seem like the type to go through with the marriage with the character that we had, keeping the secret from him. Like I'm not saying what happens after their marriage, but it's just like she does not like they didn't establish the fact that she had some. She would be okay with keeping that from someone like Rao Bahadur, who she spent so much time with. He took her to his parents' intimate spot, and she like clearly respected him and respects other people, and is very good at her like is good at her job with like interacting with people. It just felt so 180 for her to keep that from someone like him, who didn't do anything wrong to her at that point.
I think it's like also in the time, right? Like what, 1980s, right? Like
about
women did not have that kind
Yeah,
of ability to be so open. I don't know, Nitya, back me up, please. Help me.
Yeah, I mean, like, she was also kind of, I don't know if she was like forced into the marriage or what, but like that guy also was telling her, like, oh, he's gonna go insane, like, just marry him. So I don't know her perspective, but I feel like she was kind of just into this marriage, or else she wouldn't have married him, but like, she just married him for the sake of it. And she already had, or like, she was probably pregnant at the time too,
She
with like
was, yeah.
loving up and stuff.
yeah, she would
So
have been a single mother in the
It was
60s or
hard at the
70s
time.
without a husband. Like,
yeah.
instant like societal shame, you
I
know?
think that's what they were implying with that. But
yeah.
again, poor way of doing it. I think they could have just had another scene to showcase that.
Yep. You
Yeah.
can't like spell out stupid shit like conditioning or other stuff 50 times in the movie and not spell this out. Like if that's what you're going for, I'll be like, I get why, but like maybe include a scene, right? It doesn't hurt. Because I'm here like, okay, why don't we like kind of make her seem like she's hiding a secret? Like it's something that she also feels bad about. Maybe a convo with Achari like later in their marriage being like, I can't stand doing this, like it breaks my heart. Seeing him treat his own son like shit and treat my boyfriend's son like X, Y, and Z. And maybe Achari saying something like the Nizam at this point, like it's just gonna make things worse, just roll with it. Like a scene like that rather than that fucking Gandhi conversation would have done miles for her character. And understand, like we get it, like as a single woman in the 60s, whatever, right? Like there's just
Mhm.
so many better decisions that could have been taken, I feel like. So I just didn't
She
like the
needs
direction Venkatesh went.
Yeah. Because I also feel like with her, like with the Kusuma, like that kid, even though like the like Ramappa or whatever, like he thought that he like that's not his kid, right? And so she was all like, okay, like he doesn't like the kid and like all that. So I just feel like that's probably why she probably also kept it in. Because if she just furtherly just says like, oh, this is actually my kid and not yours, like Levina, like he would have like probably killed her or like he would have like gone off at her or like something like that. So that's probably why she kept it in too.
To
Also,
counter
I
what you
feel
said,
like
Akhil, those like the things where I don't exactly know these characters, why they did what. I liked that about the movie. Manaki Mohammed Chappale do these specific things, but I also get where like um some things they like dragged and told us too much about, and then these important details they didn't. I get your issue with that, but I like that specifically these things they didn't tell me too much about because I get to like imagine and like
Yeah.
think for
It's
myself.
tough when they do 50-50, right? Because then it's like stick to fine, keep everyone vague, keep everyone morally gray. But then don't explain some things to me and then have me guess the rest. So I yeah, you nailed it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I
think
think
it
it's like
helps the
the
final
creative
twist. Oh
choices.
god.
No, I was gonna say, I think it's just like the creative choices that they made. Like I'm sure they honestly, I think they did discuss all of these, but they were like, okay, we only have time to like go into like certain things and certain things that they chose, some people will like it, like Anis, and then like certain things they didn't delve into, we would want more, like me or like Akhil, like want more of that side that you didn't delve into versus what you did delve into. So it's just like, it impacts the viewer differently. Ankith, you were saying something?
Oh yeah, I was just saying like with Anis, like I think they kept their silent so that the end reveal gets even more like crazier. Because if they give hints, like you could have maybe seen it, but like personally, me, I was completely blindsided by that fact, and I feel like that twist, like if she had given some hints, like we would be like maybe able to piece it out by ourselves. But I think that twist also helped because the whole movie he's disrespecting his own child for another person's child in the name of Ankrum and then find out that okay, this other child isn't yours. So I thought that twist was necessary. I felt like both twists were, but definitely I think my only issue was the fact that it came so late and like came so poorly with the fact that the other movie. And I agree with Sai. I think this movie was definitely very intentional. I think every single thing that did was intentional, which makes it even more frustrating because it's like, why did you choose this? Rather than like, oh, it's a lapse in judgment. It's like, oh, these guys didn't know what to do. It's like these guys knew exactly what they were doing, but they still decided to go down this path, is what makes it more frustrating as a viewer, is like you have the know abouts, but you decided to still go this way.
You know how Lavappa or Lavana, whatever his name is, he was having a conversation with Achari. It's the first time they're talking to each other, and he says, "Nelatakwa yadavanya epudu antaru nannu," and he says that, right? But it like at the end, it's revealed that she got pregnant before the marriage.
Yeah,
So
or they got
I thought that
married.
was really cool. Like there's things like that that I thought were
Yeah. And then
missed
like
when I was
the
watching it.
pumpkin plant thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like yeah, there's definitely a lot of cool stuff. Like if you're
Yeah.
paying attention, like you'll catch a lot of cool things.
I think there's also like something to say like off screen because I don't like Venkatesh Maha like in his interviews. I think and whenever like the starting when he pulled that pen is mightier than the sword bullshit and like demean like all audiences for liking KGF franchise, whatever. I think that was like a big thing back then.
Mhm.
But then I see that he's not even taking the criticism properly. He's like, audience are saying lag, 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 like they're used to TikTok. And I just don't like directors who like there's things to learn, dude. Like your film's not flawless. And even the online community is like, oh, the people are making Lennon a hit, but Rao Bahadur's a flop. I'm like, do you expect a 3 hour long, like slow burning art movie to be commercially successful? Like that has its flaws. It's not a perfect movie. Like it's just this it's crazy. Like and I don't know. I think he just doesn't take his criticism very well, and it's like kind of annoying to see that. And I think I compare this movie. I know Sai didn't like it, but I thought Swag starring Sri Vishnu like was like insane. Like I thought it had insane potential, and I actually view Rao Bahadur like as two sides of the same coin because both of them had such cool things that they wanted to do and tackle topics that are so out there. Um, and I think both like fell short of executing. And I like actually when I finished this movie, I'm like, this reminds me so much of when I watched Swag for the first time because Sri Vishnu also went off. Ritu Varma had a crazy role, and like the movie was had so much it could have done, but it's a side note.
Well, do we have any other thoughts?
I have a funny thing to tell you guys. So a couple days ago, Akhil was like, he liked Nari Nari Narva Murari more than all the other movies this year, right? So I was thinking about that like 30 minutes before this podcast, and I went on Letterboxd to like helped me articulate my thoughts better. And I was going through some of the reviews, and this one guy wrote like 5 paragraphs about how much he liked Rao Bahadur. And I just like read the entire thing and I was like, wow, he's so eloquent. And then I clicked on his profile and it was Rahul Ravindran who wrote that entire thing. I thought it was really cool
That's
that
crazy.
he took the time to like write about this. It was really sweet. For anyone who doesn't know, he's the director of The Girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Like
was also
Let's
in
obviously.
talk
Maname.
about it.
Hmm?
He was also in a Sharonan movie called Maname, and we were talking about this because in an interview he was like, "Oh yeah, I don't do acting roles anymore, but if the movie is really good or the role is really necessary, I'll be in it." So then when he did a movie like Maname, which spoiler alert was not a very good movie, neither did his role need to be in there. We were like, "Yeah, definitely an
Oh
acting
my God.
potential."
He was
I
also in
gotta watch
Guntur
that.
for no reason.
He was recently
Forgot.
in Singeetam.
I didn't
I
watch
haven't
that.
seen that one.
Me
I
Yeah, I'm
neither.
not gonna lie. I'm not that much of a TFI bonnet, so like no offense, but like a musical starring like some randoms, like I don't care
It
how
wasn't not
legendary the
too bad.
director is, I am not watching that. Like,
It wasn't
it's
too
like
bad. For anybody who wants to watch it, it's not too bad.
Wait, is it on streaming?
It's on
Yeah, I
Netflix, I
watched it
think.
on
yeah.
IPTV.
Oh, okay. Oh, if it's on streaming, I might check it out.
I saw a
But
certain cameo clip and I got a heart attack.
yeah, I saw videos in it.
Akhil needs
Yeah.
movies like Nari Nari Narabu Murari, like starring Sharvanand. That's what he
Wow.
needs.
You're Venkatesh's Maha's biggest op, Akhil. You're your type of people.
Literally.
I don't know what you guys want me to say. It's a flawed movie. It's got cool stuff, but like none of us are outside of you and these. I don't think anyone's like flat out saying this is a like really good movie either though.
I know, I don't know
Yeah.
why. It's just me against the world, dude.
No, I agree with your points a lot, except my only thing was like they definitely was lag. That like there's no denying that.
You
And
know
they
that
could have
Mahesh Babu,
avoided the worst part is they could have avoided it too. So that's why like I think it's a flaw.
you know that Mahesh Babu song where he's like, Nindu Chandrudu Wakawaipu, Chukkala Wakawaipu.
Yeah.
That's me. I'm literally the moon, dude.
I think we all agree with your points. It's just we didn't like it as much as you did. Like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the whole first half, I was literally yawning like the whole time. Like I was ready to just go back home. But then the second half, I was like, okay, this is kind of getting interesting. And then like Sai wanted to do something when we get back home too, and I was like, I can't. Like I wanted to go to bed. Like I was done.
dude, I was
Um,
cracking up. The guy next to me, he was like, "Bro, why did I come to this movie? I could have just ate masala dosa at home." And I was just like, "Bro, this is the noise I have to hear while I'm watching this movie." I was like,
the,
"Maybe Venkatesh Maha was right, bro."
the dude the
These
dude now
iPhone users.
Our
yeah,
audience is
don't make a
terrible.
boring movie then. Like I don't know what to say. It has so much lag. But the dude next to me kept laughing whenever they said like Lovna. I think he said Lauda at one point. And they kept saying it really fast. He's like Lauda listen. Whenever like love. Um yeah, it was too funny. No, okay, by the way, I looked through the 2026 Telugu movies. Please find me outside of Rao Bahadur that's divisive, find me a movie that's actually better than Nari Nari Nardama Murari. That's the sad state we're in. Like I actually
Anaga
looked through
Naga
every
Okaraju? Okay, okay,
no,
Nitya.
no, I did not like Anagana
What do you like
Karaju.
more? Did you watch Nani Nani Narabu Murari?
Yeah, I did. But honestly,
What
I
movie
liked
did you
that better though than Anaganaga Garage because that one,
Yeah.
like, I couldn't really connect with a lot of the jokes, unfortunately.
Same.
Like Nari
They're
Nari
all just
Nari was
ripped
like a
off.
normal commercial film, and like it
Uh,
wasn't entertaining.
Yeah.
I thought it was overaction, like Anaganaga Garage, so I didn't like it as much.
mhm.
Battle of Mid.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
But
all
both are
Wait,
weird.
like,
what? No,
yeah.
they're
no.
all
What are you
mid.
talking about?
Wait, but if you had to pick like for this year, what's the best? Apart from Akhil, who'll say Nari Nari Narabu Murari. Is Rao Bahadur not the best movie you guys saw this year? Telugu?
Dude, I thought there
Yeah,
was like other
multiple.
ones, right? Let me see. There has
No,
to be.
there actually is not.
That's
Best does not mean my
Oh
favorite
wait,
though,
Mind
right?
Bangaram came. That was pretty good. I would probably say that.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
oh yeah, Mind Twangaram was there.
Oh,
Uh,
damn,
I
your
stand
ratings
by.
are gonna be atrocious today.
I stand by what I said.
We gave Mind Bangaram like 6 out of 10, like all of us.
Yeah.
actually,
Yeah.
I think I gave like a
So
5.
I'm like, oh, this is
I
gonna be
thought
like
that's
Peddi ki competition. You're rating for
no,
Rao
no,
Bahadur.
no,
Oh my
no,
God.
no. No, I liked
No,
like I said,
this is okay. It's not even a comparison. Betty's
yeah.
like if like a
Yeah.
smart intellectual person wrote Rao Bahadur, a 5-year-old wrote Petty.
Like
Dude,
I would
don't
First
watch
off,
disrespect the
Lennon,
dog, bro. Don't disrespect the dog.
like I would watch Lennon like 5 times back to back, then watch Petty once. Like that's how bad that movie is.
we have a friend that I don't know if he's listening at this point, but he said Betty was good, and at some point he was like, "Oh, how was Lennon?" in our chat, and I said it's better than Betty, and he goes, "Wow, it must be a blockbuster then." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, that's the bar. It's definitely not my bar, but maybe I'm just wrong, dude, because apparently Lennon's a fucking Oscar nomination compared to what I saw. People are acting with this dude does. I wish I could get praise for being semi decent at my job.
I
The way
got a
this
number
guy gets
one,
praised.
dude.
Thanks.
Yeah. I don't know. I checked Wikipedia again. I stand by it. Naruto Murari is still my
Dude,
favorite movie of the year.
I was glancing through it. There's literally nothing from this year.
Mm.
But
That's
yeah,
crazy.
I
Yeah.
I
Wait,
don't
did you
think
guys watch
favorite.
Couple Friendly? That one was good. I was looking at
No,
it
I
now.
didn't
I
like it
like that
more
one
than I
too.
liked Rao Bahadur.
Like it was just more entertaining. Like Rao Bahadur, I was just like I was ready to just like sleep.
I'm with a bunch of my
So,
ops right now, guys. Audience, please help me.
Yeah,
the
you and
audience are made
Venkatesh
up
Maha
of.
against the
How
world.
can they help you?
What
They're
did you
not
say,
watching this
Akhil?
shit either.
I
I said
said it's
audience help me.
Anis. Oh,
I said audience aren't watching this movie either. So
ఆర్ట్ ఫిల్మ్స్ ని తొక్కేయడానికి ఫస్ట్ ఉంటారు తెలుగు వాళ్ళు.
like, did you
yeah,
guys see
make a good art film, and then we won't okay them.
they did.
No,
They made it a flop.
but
Artist
did you guys see
Mahi.
Mahesh Babu's tweet though for it?
This is his
No, he
production company, right? So
It's
he'll
his
tweet anything to
Yeah.
production.
get people
Yeah.
in.
But
Of
yeah,
course
that was
he's gonna
insane. I
praise
was
it.
like, yeah, it's like that much praise.
yeah, I can imagine like yeah, I don't know. I think there's this notion that like just because a movie is different and cool, whatever, we deserve to give it its thing, and we failed as audience if not. But I don't think that's the case. You still have to make an engaging movie. These Malayalam movies that people like glaze or not, they're still very entertaining and have like amazing payoffs. Um, like I agree. I think Malayalam audiences like we do glaze outside of Telugu state cinema more. And maybe if this was a Malayalam movie, we would have. But like, who knows, right? Like, it's still not engaging to the point where like it's for everyone. And I think his last movie, even though it was a remake, was really good. I loved Uma Mahesh Urgisarupa or whatever. I really liked that movie. Um, so
But honestly, though, like, I mean, I'll end my thoughts on this, but I think this movie, if they had cut out literally like 20 to 30 minutes, it's no different than any sort of like drama that like Hollywood puts out and then it gets nominated and people praise it for like, oh, this is the best picture, like, this is the best actor. Like, honestly, it's no different. Like, this is a character study, at the end of the day, written pretty well. And if it was made here in like Hollywood, there's honestly like a reasoning for it to be in the race to be nominated,
Yeah, I
with the
agree. I
caveat
think
that like 20, 30 minutes get cut out.
I don't know if you guys watched The Whale, but like it was kind of like a
Yeah.
character study as well. I didn't really
Yeah.
like it that much, but I feel
Exactly.
like
Like, you might not like it from a commercial standpoint, but that's the type of movies that get nominated and get the awards and all that. And that's what this movie was, that it's in that like zone.
yeah, and at the end of the day, we're just a podcast that reviews movies. Like as an average, like I'm not part of a film committee. I'm not gonna award this movie anything. But as a general audience member who walked into a movie on a random evening, I was disappointed with how long it was and how much I had to wait for things to play out. But I agree with
Yeah.
Sai. Like this movie is really fucking cool, and it does so many things uniquely, especially on a limited budget. I think it's like 25 crores. Like Lennon's double the budget, and I didn't really see 50 crores worth of production in that. Right? It was like the same sets you normally see in village movies. It's got a lot of cool shit. I just unfortunately I couldn't like it just because I didn't find it captivating. A 3 hour movie has to be really captivating, and maybe if you cut 30 minutes out, I would have loved it. But who knows? That's not what I saw. So
Yeah, I completely agree. I generally just don't like drama or like art films as much, so I don't really go towards those films. But like I do see the potential though in these films. I understand why they get, awarded and things like that, but like I just don't personally like them as much. especially going to like a theater and like watching it because it's not really a theater experience. There's not anything going on. It's just like you sit and you just listen to their conversations and like more than like what's being shown, it's more of like what you're hearing from all these characters. So it's kind of it sometimes can get boring because if their conversations aren't that interesting, like you kind of lose your train of thought. So
Should we give our like final ratings?
Yeah.
Anise, do you want to start with your 10 out of 10?
I give it an 8 out of 10.
Wow, all this overaction for an 8? I thought you were literally about to give it a 10.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I'll give it a 10 out of 10. I really liked it. I recommend everyone to watch it. I think it's a very good movie from our industry, and it's a good social commentary too. And it's deeper than what is just showcased on the screen, even though they don't tell it to you face మీద చెప్పరు. That's I like that.
మొత్తం సినిమా చెప్తూనే ఉంటారు కదా. So yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
no.
good rating. I'm kidding, I'm kidding.
I
I
feel
give it a
just my
6.
bully.
No, no, I give it a 6. Like it's fine. I don't think I'd ever watch it again, but credit where credit's due. I think of those 3 hours, I would say an hour was entertaining, or hour and a half was entertaining. I'd say half the movie was filled with really cool stuff. The other half I found really disengaging. So I'd give it a 6 out of 10. It's above. It's fine. It's a one-time watch. Like if disengaging, but a one-time watch.
Somebody a long time ago said that if they ever give a 6 out of 10, I'm talking about Akhil, the movie is a blockbuster in their mind. I think this is word for word what he
I
said to me. So
never
I
said
don't.
that.
What is
You
it?
can clock his
That's
ass.
my brother. I've never said that shit.
Oh, shit.
I've
Yeah.
never
My
once.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never
Ankith's
given.
rating system is like crazy.
Yeah.
Dude,
No, I would give it a 7 out of 10. I did like the movie overall, but just fell short of loving it. And I could see myself loving it. Um, but they just kind of overindulged and kept a lot of things in that were unnecessary. But I still liked it, and it was a great attempt. We're probably never going to see anything like that again because the movie's a flop. So, 7 out of 10.
yeah, I think like entertainment wise, I would give it a 5 out of 10. But like maybe like the technicality and like the whole reason that the movie was shot. Like I liked the attempt that they pursued. Like I do want these movies to be encouraged in Telugu film industry. So like hopefully new movies do come. But like since it's a flop, yeah, I don't know if it will. But going into the technicality of it, I would probably give it like an 8 out of 10 because it was really cool though. Like the visuals were really nice to look at.
Wow. She's on my
no, she
side,
just said
guys.
she gave it a 5 out of 10 for the
So,
entertainment.
you got
Well,
to
that's
average them out. You
fine.
got to
She
average them
said
out.
everything else elevates to an 8 out of 10. So that's good.
What? Amazing. I'm glad you took it that way. Wait, so that's a 6.5, right? If we're doing the math correctly.
If you
5 plus 8
average,
divided by
yeah.
2, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh shit, I
So
didn't listen to
I don't know
all of
why.
that.
I don't know why I needed double confirmation for the math. It is 6.5.
Yeah, I agree with so in terms of a movie itself, like I'd say I'd give it a 6.5 out of 10 as well because I think movie it fails to like entertain, but I think this deserves to be like I don't want to say deserves, but like movies like this should be making more money than like other brainless movies or like movies that just show that there's no passion in the actual filmmaking process itself. But it doesn't go higher just because the movie itself isn't that great, but technical wise, acting wise the thought process, everything again, like that pushes the score even because again, like if it was entertainment, it would be like a 5. Like it's not really entertaining, but everything else goes and pushes the movie up.
Yeah, my real rating is an 8 out of 10. That's like my honest rating. Yeah.
Why did it go from a 10 to an 8?
It was originally an 8 out of 10, but Akil and Kata were just like, I thought it'd be a 10 out of 10, so I changed it to
Yeah,
10
I
out of 10.
mean, bro, all this it's too much overacting to only be 2 points above mine. Had to be a bigger thinking gap between the both of us. What do you give Nari Nari?
Okay, so I also did overaction for that. From the Shankranti movies, I like Nari Nari the most.
Okay, all
Wow.
right. No way you're giving
So
me
I'm
shit.
just a fake bitch. Like,
Okay.
sorry.
No,
That's
no,
over.
it's gonna be a tough time for me making the top 10 list when we do our recap at the end of this year because I have two movies that I liked this year. or one movie I liked, like fully liked this year.
Should we do a
So
bottom 10 list instead?
We have
it's
to
too
do
hard to
like bottom
choose.
100.
A little top Pedis, sir. Unless Paradise is dick. Like Pedis got that
Paradise not
seal.
coming out this year. Mark
Paradise
Prentice
won't even be
movie.
this year. Yeah.
Oh my, what's coming out this year, dude? Runabali. I have to watch VD try to act again for like the ninth time in his career. Yeah,
Dude, but
can't watch.
his wife will make sure that the movie gets like 50 extra crores.
Yeah, his wife will carry as usual. That guy's
All right,
useless.
let's let our listeners go if anyone's even listening at this point. Thank you guys for listening to the podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed Rao Bahadur also, or at least
Awesome.
agreed with our like thoughts. We'll come out with another review soon. Maybe Lennon if we watch it. I think Ankith and I are the only ones that haven't seen it, or Anis, you haven't seen it either. But
I haven't.
yeah, maybe we'll review that. We'll see if we watch it. But thank you guys for listening. Talk to you later.